Hi, did
Yeah,
you hear me?
yeah, good evening, ma'am. Very good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Can I share my screen, please? Dr. Gupta, let his presentation there.
Yeah, sir, you can close your presentation, Gupta ji, Sanket
Yes,
sir.
ma'am, you can share. It will be great.
Okay, may I start? Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, you can.
Yes,
Show
ma'am.
all
Yes,
the.
ma'am, we can see.
Okay,
Can you put
wait
it
a
in
minute.
slideshow mode?
Okay, so good morning in Colombia for everybody. I'm Marcela Munoz. I'm the academic and research director of the University Luigpaez in Colombia. I want to thank the International Forum. I can't think of a better way to honor our master, Dr. Hahnemann. This is a painting we have. Maybe you don't know this painting of Hahnemann because it's a painting that is existed just in Colombia in our main auditorium at the university. It was made by a painting who is Oscar Rodriguez Naranjo, who told us that he drew this painting by orders of Hahnemann, who came in his dreams. I don't know if that's true, but I think it's a nice story. So I'm going to talk to you about the history of homeopathy in Colombia, because I think that maybe outside we think that homeopathy in South America is really young, but it's not. And I'm going to tell you the main facts about what happened with homeopathy in Colombia the last 100 years. So we are going to go from 1835 to 2019, and I'm going to tell you about the main facts in the history. So I want to thank Dr. Alba Martiletti, because Dr. Alba Martiletti, who was director also of the specialization in Colombia, and now she's a teacher at the university, is the main researcher in history of homeopathy. Even if she is from Argentina, but she is a Colombian in her heart. So we started in 1835 with Dr. Victor San Miguel y Tovar, who established his pharmacy and clinic in the city of Bogota, and he began to read Hahnemann's writing, performing some experiments such as the preparation of tinctures with native plants. And in 1837, there was the first attempt to organize homeopathy in the country with the creation by Dr. San Miguel and his disciples of the Homeopathic Institute of the United States of Colombia, which later became the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia. You know, we were a federated state till the 1886 with Venezuela and Ecuador and Brazil. In 1841 and 1842, after a civil war in Colombia during an inconclusive process to establish in order the country, the training of homeopath was informal, receiving support from foreign doctors that sent books and manuscripts. In general, teaching was given in the homes of the teachers, and homeopath developing self-taught learning. But in 1841, the University of the Primer Distrito was created, and this university created the first faculty of medical science at the Hospital of the Caridad. In this context, the practice of homeopathy spread and gained a great social recognition. In 1850, under a process of secularization and opening of the national non-religious school and freedom of teaching, the great concern of homeopathy was to have or to compete at the same level of teaching with the medical school that exists in this time. Therefore, in 1865, Salvador Maria Alvarez and José Peregrino San Miguel and a group of notable homeopaths reorganized the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia in order to facilitate and encourage the study of homeopathy in an academic background. And in addition of the student tuition fee, the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia received economic support from figures of national life, such as a very important poet and writer in Colombia, who is Rafael Pombo, and the politician, and I think it was 5-time president, Rafael Núñez, as well as the US Homeopathic Institute, and especially the Hahnemann College from Chicago, who contribute not only with the money, but with this academic advice too. The formal organization of teaching and the contact with international homeopathic societies allowed to consolidate a learning qualified program. Proving indigenous plans were made, and the edition of the first book, who was called Home Medicine Manual, who integrate also a little bit of homeopathic doctrine. During 1867, the National University of the United States of Colombia was created, and as the result of the effort for updating the teaching of medicine with some doctor who came and who was trained in France. The decree 177 of the Secretary of Public Instruction says that homeopathy was included as an optional course or a free course by decree of January of 1882. But this was not really applied in the university. In 1905, the practice of medicine was regulated by the Colombian Ministry of Education, and the ministry recognized that individuals who have a diploma of are doctors issued by the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia can practice medicine under the homeopathic system. But at the same time, another law dictates that the Homeopathic Institute can, hereinafter, issue the diploma of homeopathic doctor only to physicians with a previous degree in the medical school. And this was something that was allowed all the time. Through Decree 592, the Ministry of National Education empowers the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia to issue titles to homeopathic physicians. The Congress of the Republic, through the Law 12 of this year, authorized the practice of medicine as an homeopathic system to those who have a diploma issued by the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia. So there isn't a certain recognition, but not quite at all. Then we arrived to Dr. Luigpaez. Dr. Luis Gregorio Paez in 1967 suffered a severe pernicious fever like malaria that almost killed him. And he was cured by Dr. Peregrino San Miguel, who, through a successful homeopathic treatment, saved his life and attracted him, who was a physician too, to other great masters of the homeopathic therapy. So in October 12, 1905, Dr. Luigpaez, who was president of the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia, and Dr. Egidio Guerra create the Hahnemann Society with the aim to spread the homeopathic medicine, honors the memory of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, and offer free consultation for underprivileged people, and organize a homeopathic hospital. This is one of the ads in the newspapers of that time. In 1905, also the Homeopathic Institute of Colombia published in 1906 the journal El Amigo del Hogar, whose aim for promoting Hahnemann ideas to doctors and personalities of the country, and it was distributed free. And Rafael Pombo, who I was telling you, this is a really warm memory for us, write a poem to Dr. Luigpaez and support homeopathy with his poems, okay? And show his admiration also. This is a major date for us in 1940 under the framework of Luis Gregorio Paz Waltero. He founded the Homeopathic Institute Luigpaez to promote homeopathy among young people who want to study and practice homeopathic medicine. And this institution, according to the first testament of Dr. Paez, will be the Hahnemann Homeopathic Hospital and Sanatorium and the Homeopathic School. In 1918, Luis Gregorio Paez dies, and all his legacy came to the Homeopathic Institute since he has no wife or kids. And there was an important book of homeopathy developed through the Luigpaez Institute. The establishment of a sanatorium and a scholar for practice and training homeopathy is establishing his legacy. The Luigpaez Institute went through an institutional crisis after the death of Dr. Luigpaez, and then the institute was under the direct administration of President Olaya Herrera, who was president of Colombia, the Ministries of National Education, and the Ministry of Government. In November 1940, when Dr. Jeremias Rivero resolved to demand from the ministry regarding to study a planned study for the future school, but he never received a response from the authorities. He was asking for a plan to teach homeopathy and to have the permission to do it. During the 50s, until 60, I'm sorry, I have so many trouble with numbers in English. The members of the Luigpaez Homeopathic Institute tried permanently and various ways to legalize homeopathy as an specialization of the medicine. Although this was not possible at the time, the Institute maintained an incessant activity around this goal. In 1962, the laws of the medical profession recognized that homeopathy is a way of applying medicine. And from now, by this law, they will be able to continue practicing in the same condition established in the respective title, license of permit. In 1965, the members of the Luigpaez Institute decided to begin to teach a course in homeopathy for medical graduates in Colombia in association with the Mexican school in order to open local school. The Colombian government established that homeopathy may only be exercised by those who have a degree as a medical surgeon from a university authorized by the state. And in 1962, the Congress of Colombia issues a law that regarding the practice of medicine and surgery, and it specifies that only doctors can practice homeopathy. Between 1980 and 1999, there is a new boom of homeopathy in the country, and there is a rise of institutions dedicated to their development and training, like the many associations like AMIT and ASMOC, as well as the Hahnemann Institute and the Hahnemann Foundation. And in the 80s, the Education Ministry issues an agreement who expressed that there is no express provision for teaching homeopathy in Colombia. The medicine is one, and homeopathy, allopathy, naturopathy, etc. are just therapeutic methods. And in 92, the Ministry of Health issues a resolution where all the technical and administrative standards are established in the matter of traditional medicine as alternative therapeutic, and advisor, and creates also an advisor council for the protection and development of this kind of medicine. Sorry. And in 92, there is a resolution by the Ministry of Health that regulates the practice of all alternative therapies in the health services, and the standards of technical, scientific, and administrative are established. So the Luigpaez Institute was working all this time with an informal course of 2 years for physicians and also for vets. And in 2006, there is a change in the law that regulates the offer of postgraduate programs, and that allows the Luigpaez to create a postgraduate university. And in 2007, there is a new law of the Congress of Colombia by which provisions are issued regarding the human talent in health. And in the Article 19, he established the exercise of the alternative and complementary medicine and therapy and authorized profession to practice in this health area that they have to have an accreditation, they have to be professionalized, but an academic certification issued by a university legally recognized by the state. That means that no one can have a license to make homeopathy in Colombia unless he has a certification for a university at the level of specialization, which is really important because he gave homeopathy a certain academic and scientific and serious and rigorous level. So once the Luigpaez is a university, we have the permit for the veterinary specialization first at the homeopathy for doctors. And so in 2012, we get our license for vets, and we received the first 7 vets to specialize. And then in 2014, we finally, because it was harder, we get the qualification for the title of specialist in homeopathic medicine, which is a program in Colombia for 4 semesters, 2 years, only for graduate doctors. And in 2019, these licenses that the Ministry of Education gave us as a postgraduate school and specialization has to be renewed every 7 years. So in 2019, we have to renew the veterinaria, and we get again the license, which is a hard things to do, but I think this is proof of how serious our programs are. And we are this year working in the renewal of the license for the specialty in homeopathy for doctors. So although homeopathy entered in Colombia in the mid-19th century and was recognized by the government since the beginning of the 20th century, only at the beginning of the 21st century, we have a real admission process within medical schools, as we're going to see with the other speakers. The acceptance of homeopathy by civil society is greater than by the academy in medicine. However, social influence allows us to see that this acceptance by society directly influences professionalization in homeopathy. So the support of our profession is really, really important. This long path reflects the leadership and commitment of the Luigpaez Institute and the Luigpaez University to maintain the training of doctors and veterinarians with very high standards of academic and scientific quality. So I'm going to share some pictures of you. This is Dr. Paulo Ulavite, who visits us the participation with the vets at the Liga Congress in Ecuador. Some of our students, the Vets in Action. We have many seminars and Congress doing. This is one of where we're celebrating 106 years of creation. And we have many Congress. We have the opportunity of doing the International Conference of Veterinary Homeopathy. And this is our university in Bogota. And thank you very much. I don't know if I took more than 20 minutes, Herman.
That was very good, Marcela. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We're very grateful with you. So, Dr.
Okay.
Pedro Sierra, are you ready? Dr. Pedro Sierra? We're going to listen now the
Ah,
contribution.
okay, okay. No, es que no estaba. I am going to upload my presentation.
Please give co-host to Dr. Pedro Sierra to share the screen.
Abel,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, please help make him co-host.
Okay.
Yes, ready. Okay.
Ahí se
Yes,
está viendo.
Sí,
Yes, sir.
señor.
You can go on with
Okay.
the permission.
Good morning. My name is Pedro Sierra. I'm professor and pediatrician of the medical school at the University Nacional in Colombia. I have studied homeopathic.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, can you switch on your camera?
Okay.
That will be more happy to hear. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
It's better to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You can start now.
Okay. I have studied homeopathy 10 years ago, and today is a pleasure to me to present some of the medical development to homeopathic by the School of Medicine at the university. First, I would like to introduce you how we teach homeopathy at the University Nacional de Colombia. Our university is the main reference is higher education in Colombia because we are constantly involved with activities created to improve the academic and practice evolution. Besides, during the last 50 years, the different homeopathic institutions throughout the country have contribution to this development. At the beginning, it was developed in the Instituto Homeopathic Luigpaez, the first institution that saw the permanent legalization of homeopathy as of especially of medicine in Colombia. Then the University Nacional promotes the homeopathy and master degree in the high-level education system in Colombia. However, this is the result of the continued process in the treatment of homeopathy as a specialty of medicine accomplished by Dr. Eduardo Beltran. Since 1,100, it is evident a great opportunity in Colombia to the teaching and reach in homeopathy, showing a process in which different institutions were consolidated. In 1999, the Professor Eduardo Beltran proposed to open a line of deeping in homeopathic medicine for undergraduate students. These undergraduate subjects were improved and have been current offering being a part of the medicine program.
Excuse me, sir. We have request from everyone. Can you? We can't see your face, sir. Can you please adjust the camera?
Pedrito, solamente estamos viendo su frente.
Because everyone is asking.
Ah, okay.
Por favor, eso, para verle la cara.
Yeah, that's nice.
Eso.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we can see your face.
In 1999, the Professor Eduardo Beltran proposed to open a line of deepening in homeopathic medicine for in the graduate student. These undergraduate subjects were improved and have been current offering being part of the medicine program. In 2001, the first extension course in alternative therapies for doctors was carried out. It was used as a strategy to incorporate several professions of science. 89 professionals attend this course. In the same year, the Alternative Therapies Academic Group was created in the medical school. In 2002, a first homeopathy extension course was created. This theory practice training course in homeopathy was carried out for general practitioners, and the agreement was signed between the Faculty of Medicine and the Association, the Medical Investigator of Alternative Therapeutics. In this event, 19 registered doctors participated. In an extension course in homeopathy was made with a duration of 2 years. The Department of Public Health in Toxin proposed a course called Medicine and Society, and one of its main components was called Alternative Medicine. The main idea of this component was to study other medical relations such as homeopathy.
Doctor Sierra, otra vez eso, mejor, gracias.
In 2002, the first homeopathy extension course was created. This theoretic practice training course in homeopathy was carried out the general practitioner. Agreement was signed between the Faculty of Medicine and the Association of Medical Investigators of Alternative Therapeutics. In this event, 19 registered doctors participated. An extension course in homeopathy was made with a duration of 2 years. The Department of Public Health in 2006 proposed a course called Medicine and Society, and one of main components was called Alternative Medicine. The main idea of this component was the study of the rationalities such as homeopathy. Later is approved as master degree in 2006 by the Superior Council of the University Nacional de Colombia. Subsequently, the master degree began in 2007 with teachers who worked at the Instituto Homeopathy Luigpaez, and currently teaching with them. There are some of their students. Hence, today 1,121 physicians have graduated from the master degree. The University Nacional de Colombia has its own curriculum. It has 75 academic credits, which are equivalent to 3,500 hours of training, with a theoretical practice and the research component. The master has its own office within the Faculty of Medicine of the University Nacional de Colombia until 2007, there was no master degree in field alternativa medicine in country. Thus, the University Nacional de Colombia become the first institution in offering this type of program. In the world, there is tie between integrated medicine, alternativa medicine, and conventional medicine, but we want to talk about integrated medicine. The university has authorized the practice sign 2008 in the nursery, which is dependency where the student and administrative staff leave their children for today. On display was given the practice of pediatrics homeopathy with the student of the Master of Homeopathy. The training also started in 2010 in the Hospital Universitario Nacional. During the pandemic, we are in charge of the internship at the Instituto Homeopático Luigpaez and the virtual course. We have started since March 2029. We are the 10 teacher. The Colombia Ministry of Health regulation the practice of alternative medicine for the health services with law 1164 of 2007 recognized homeopathy is one the underside medicine system. Now I'm going to mention some of the contribution of the university was where degree this with merit. One, effective of homeopathy arnica montana on the regulation of pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory cytokinase in cell culture of human peripheral blood mononuclear cell. Two, use homeopathy as an adjunct in the treatment of mild to moderate arterial hypertension in adult patients in the outpatient clinic of the hospital. Three, dengue treatment with homeopathy present in Flipchart to train physician with training in homeopathy. Four, effectiveness of Unicast homeopathy as an adjunct in the treatment of the common cold is complication and recurrency in children from 6 months to 5 years in the kindergarten of Universidad Nacional de Colombia from 2009 to 2011 in Bogotá, Colombia, pilot study. I took part in this research. 5, development of homeopathy clinic practice guides for the treatment of asthma in children using a tool named Adapt2. 6, analysis of homeopathy dynamics in the biophysics laboratory. Other advances, there is a total 111 degrees in the repertory of the university library. Graduate students are from all the country, and some of them work in different jobs in health card system. The institute the medicine alternativa, complementaria, e integrativa is currently being structured and was approved by the Faculty Concilio through agreement number 455 of 2017. There are also two research groups, Alternativa, Complementary, and Integrativa Medicine, and Medical Rationality and Practice in Health and Disease Recognition by Consciences. Filing the entry, the homeopathy to the University file in the University Nacional de Colombia is the resultado of more than century of work by the community of homeopathy doctor in Colombia. It recognizes the progress of homeopathy in the country, mainly at the University Nacional and other Colombian universities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sierra. We have 3 more speakers, so we are going to continue. Doctora Luisa Fernanda, please go on.
Okay. Do you see me? Yes. Now
Not yet.
I will share my screen, but I don't know where.
Under the,
Okay.
at the bottom.
Yes, I see.
Okay.
Do you see?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much and good morning. My name is Luisa Fernanda Benitez. I am medical and I am specializing in homeopathy and epidemiology. And I am also professor in the Universidad Militar Nueva Granada. And today I'm going to talk about the evolution of the teaching in the Universidad. Approximately 10 years ago at Universidad Militar Nueva Granada in Bogotá, Colombia, there was an interest in teaching homeopathy and its principles. This initiative was supported by the university staff and still exists today because this medical system and its basic principles are considered to be an important tool for teaching future doctors and treating people. Moreover, it is crucial for medical students to understand the scope of homeopathy when and when not use it in the context of the health system in Colombia. For the university, this point is very, very important. Today at Universidad Militar Nueva Granada, there is an elective course that includes homeopathy within its syllabus, which contributes to the divulgation of this discipline. Furthermore, students have been working in research groups under my coordination, producing knowledge in topics such as interest of teachers and students to learn homeopathy to improve the well-being of patients, research with spectrophotometry on homeopathic remedies produced by different pharmacies in Bogotá, Colombia, pilot test on perception of health-related quality of life in patients with anxiety and allergic rhinitis, systematic literature reviews on the impacts of homeopathy in health-related quality of life, perception surveys at medical schools deans to gain insights into teaching homeopathy. These two researches is going in this moment for the student. The students are researching in these 2 points in this moment. The researchers and the results have been exposed in international and national congresses, like CAM World Congress in Cartagena, Indias, Colombia in 2017, it's 17, not 18, in the Congreso Latinoamericano de Medicina Alternativa, CLAMIC, 2020, and have been published on international journal in Homeopatía de México, and have demonstrated that it is possible to inform the student community as well as the biomedical system about homeopathy. For example, these are two research that I number in before. Please, Dr. Marcela, speak in English to this slides.
Okay, this is the first one, Luisa. This is the analysis of the various products. Let me read first. Análisis of diferentes productos terminados en Bogotá. Okay, this is the spectrophotometry work about Nux vomica, TSH, 7H, and 30H from different pharmacists or laboratories in Colombia. The next one. This one song about the wave. Let me think about wave range, I think, and the sensitivity of equipment. And there is a significant differences between the different measures from this spectrophotometry of Nux vomica. This is the same work, yes?
Yes, yes. Basically, okay. there was no difference between the remedies in different potencies, and sorry, there was difference in different dilutions.
Range. Okay. Length,
and
wave. I think.
There was no difference in different pharmacies.
Okay.
Okay. The next, please.
This is a pilot study, descriptive pilot study to evaluate the applicability of the survey SF36 about quality of well-being in health in patients who have received a conventional treatment versus the one who have the homeopathy treatment with rhinitis, allergic rhinitis, and anxiety. Anxiety issues. Okay, in Bogotá on 2020. Okay, and this is a work that Dr. Fernanda Benitez directed. And the conclusions are. Do you want me to do the conclusion, or do you want to do? Okay.
No, you
say the conclusion. Okay, the best scores in the media group of homeopathic were in the homeopathic treatment, except for the ones.
Better scores in the average in the group of treatment homeopathic.
Thank you.
In all the categories, but in change the health with treatment, conventional treatment was had a media of 79. In homeopathic was observed one media of 71.
This is about this is a stuff of well-being. Thank you, Herman.
Thank you, Dr. Marcela. Thank you, Dr. Herman. In addition, the interest of students to know the principles of homeopathy is increasing, which will benefit patients. Thank you very much for your attention and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Luisa. We are still two speakers, so please stop sharing your screen. I'm going to talk very quickly about the, state regulation of homeopathic medicine in Colombia. Are you watching my screen?
No, only seeing your face.
Oh, excuse me, let me. Now?
Yeah, started.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to say that we have a regulatory body that has been building since 20th century, when doctors who practice homeopathy and alternative medicines decided to start a movement to pressure the Ministry of Health to provide safe and effective medicines to the population. As you saw with the conference of Dr. Marcela, homeopathy exists in Colombia since 18th century. However, the legal recognition started just at the end of 20th century. This movement, born to pressure the Ministry of Health to provide safe and effective medicines to the population, at time when the country was going through one of the worst periods of violence in its history. This regulation emerged as a situation in which the population was looking for different alternatives in its well-being and its health. In 1998, a group of people came to meetings called by themselves. Then somehow the Ministry of Health started to listen, and almost at the same time, the first regulation was drafted, allowing population to use homeopathic medicines prescribed by doctors legally, provided the patient gave informed consent prior to the therapeutic management. After a few years, the size of the homeopathic market was growing, and many people were using the medicines, so it was necessary to start regulating these medicines. And when the law of human talent in the health was passed, new regulations were published by the Ministry of Health in order to guarantee safety and in turn efficacy to the general population. Professional groups, the industry, and other actors helped to draft a sort of patchwork quilt. So let's watch it, this regulation. I will be very brief. Excuse me for me if I'm talking very quickly, very fast. I am member of the homeopathic specialized room for homeopathic medicines of the National Institute for the Surveillance of Medicines and Food, INVIMA. I'm talking in behalf of the INVIMA today. The INVIMA is an institute from the National Ministry of Health and Social Protection. This is our logo, and this is the logo of our specialized room. You can go to the web page and watch what we are doing, especially in homeopathic medicines and dietary supplements and phytotherapeutics, which are in the same dependence. Let's go. The first standard was the Decree 3554 of October 28 at 24, regulates the regime of sanitary registration, surveillance, and sanitary control of homeopathic medicines for human use, requires compliance with GMPH. This is the main standard. We actually use this standard to apply in the assessment of any kind of registration of homeopathic medicine every day and every week and every month in the INVIMA, in the room specialized. Decree 1737 regulates the preparation, distribution, dispensing, marketing, conditions, labeling, and packaging of magistral and officinal homeopathic medicines, classification of homeopathic pharmacies. We have three kinds of ways to expand the medicines to the population. OTC, which is over the counter, with prescription, which must be the correct way to obtain the medicine in all the country, and a new way, which is actually the way in what the people get the medicines, which is without prescription, and under their own responsibility, they go to the pharmacy and ask one medicine. I'll talk about this very shortly ahead. Decree 1861, he just amended the Decree 3534 and give some definitions. The main is that in which the safest dilution is D3, not just 1 in 1,000, but D3 is one dilution considered to be safe to be expanded to the population. Decree 4664 are the requirements for the preparation of non-sterile magistral or officinal homeopathic at office. This is a very controversial issue. However, in Colombia, we have permission to re-bottle the medicines in the office, and sometimes it's not the best practice. However, the ministry is trying to ask to the doctors the highest standards to make this practice. Resolution 4594 of December 10 gives the practices for another definitions. And finally, resolutions 3665 of September 29 give the guidelines for verification with good manufacturing practices for homeopathic medicines adopted. So we have a homeopathic industry which has to accomplish this kind of regulation. Decree 29 of June 4, 2015 give new scenarios for the distribution and sale of the homeopathic medicines in Colombia. This permits to sell medicines with homeopathic registration in natural stores, all pharmacies, and many kinds of places in the country. And we have to do pharmacovigilance. The adverse drug reactions to medicines is a wide known phenomenon. So we have to make pharmacovigilance, and the homeopathic medicine is not medicine different from the other medicines. It has adverse reactions, indeed are not frequent, but they are reactions of the medical medicine. For example, Montoya reported one poisoning by mercury 6D in Mexico in 1991. This was a pediatric patient who probably has been intoxicated with mercury, and when he took or he drank the homeopathic medicine, he made a retoxic phenomenon, and the mercury started to circulate on her own body, and he has to be treated with chelation, and the homeopathic medicine was retired. And are these kind of situations we have to report and watch. Finally, this is our tool to assess the adverse effects which can be reported by any people in the general population, and which can be reported to the National Institute. I want to say we have general definitions, which are terms in a format of the INVIMA, National Institute for the Surveillance, Drugs and Foodstuffs. So we have homeopathic definitions in an official format from the national government, which I think is very important in this country. Last but not least, we are trying to generate one list of homeopathic medicines available without a prescription, the modality which I was talking before. And for example, Mercurius won't be sold without prescription in any condition in this country. However, one thing is what the law says, and another thing is what happens in the reality. That's all. That's it. I'm going to give the screen to Doctora Natalia, who is still waiting for us.
Thank you, sir. You have, I think, 2 more minutes. Okay, next speaker can brief his presentation.
She's brief, I'm sure.
Okay.
Doctora Natalia?
She's not on mute, I think.
Natalia, okay.
Thank you a lot. I apologize because I wasn't able to stay at my home because today is my appointment to the vaccine. So I am right now in a line waiting for my vaccine. But I want to share with you the experience of research in homeopathy in Colombia in the last 30 years. So Dr. Herman, could you please help me with the presentation?
Yes, of course.
Thank you a lot. So this is part of our research that we developed with Dr. Beltran and with Dr. Herman Benitez in the National University of Colombia. 5 years ago, right now, the homeopathic research is a part of a huge thesis that we made about the evolution of research in complementary, alternative, traditional, and integrative medicine in Colombia in the last 40 years, and we took the period 1975 and 2015 to see in the field of homeopathy. Next, how I said before, Dr. Beltran and Dr. Benitez were part of the team of researchers. Next, please.
Are you watching?
Yes, but apparently it's in the beginning of the presentation. I don't know why it's the first slide yet.
Are you watching?
Yes, I'm watching, but I just see the first slide.
Oh, excuse me.
No, our validated function is 8:30. Suppose it is you just ask. CJ is there.
Yeah, Doctor. Okay, just a minute, sir.
Yes,
Sir, just a minute. Dr. Natalia,
okay,
please conclude. Sorry to say, because the time is late because the guests are waiting. You just take 1 minute to conclude, please.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
What we did was take all the libraries in the different universities that Dr. Marcela and Dr. Pedro told before that has homeopathic programs. And we did a systematic review and a bibliographic analysis. And we found that in Colombia in the last 40 years has been conducted 1,146 researchers in the field of TCIM, and of that 300, let me see one of the slides to just remember, 288 are about homeopathy and 44 are about veterinary homeopathy. What we found also is that in Colombia, the main topics that are researched are traditional Chinese medicine and homeopathy. And what we found also is that just the 15% of the researchers that are conducted are in the indexed journals, or 80% of the results and the outcomes of this research are in theses, in libraries, in universities. So all the world are not able to find in an easy way the results of the different researchers and investigations that have been doing here. Other thing that we found is that about the trends of the research is that mainly in Colombia, the researchers are doing just systematic review, topic review, bibliographic review, because we don't have enough financial support to do other kind of experimental research. So what we found, and the conclusion is that Colombia has something, and mainly because the universities with academic programs are encouraging the students to research. And so sometimes the training in research is not enough at all, but students are trying to do their best. And in Colombia, we have if you want the last with the slide with the table, and what we found is that we have 30% of research in homeopathy, but it's not enough, and we have just 15% of all the research in index journals. So what we found is that it's so important in
What happened?
Okay. Are you? I think there is a network connection problem. Dr. Natalia, are you? Okay.
Okay, she is in a line for the vaccination. So this is our presentation.
Thank
We are
you.
very gratified to have been here in this very important forum, and we are very grateful with the team of organizations, and we are very happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.